I have a question for y'all. Have you ever really liked J. Cole? I want you to be honest. No right or wrong answer. Just let me know. Have you ever liked J. Cole? Or did him not uh, participating in the battle give you permission to say what you've already felt? Because I remember a very specific time around 2013, Born Sinners came out, right? A lot of people were saying, that's college music, that's boring, that's not for me, his life is too regular. People openly said that. I can't relate to his music, it's not street enough, it doesn't move me. And we fast forward maybe a little over a decade, the whole battle situation or lack thereof. And now we fast forward, and now some people are saying he can't call himself the best. He lost his toughness. Fat Joe in particular said he doesn't look at him the same. Some people say he lost their respect. So once again, I'm going to ask. There's no right or wrong answer, but I want to know how you feel. Did the Kendrick moment actually change how you felt, or did it just give you or some others or whomever legs to stand on? Because there's a possibility that many of you never really liked J. Cole as a rapper to begin with. And that's okay. But it matters because personal disconnect often gets disguised as, an objective criticism or critique. Now, I mentioned Fat Joe because on the Fat Joe and Jada, or Joe and Jada podcast, he stated that he doesn't look at him the same because he didn't come outside, right? And now the statement seems to be traveling pretty fast. It's the internet. I don't know if he truly feels that way, or if he's trying to go viral, or he's just standing on his principles. That's his opinion. Because this is hip hop at the end of the day. And respect does have a certain currency. So that brings up a bigger question. Does confidence in hip hop require confrontation? Now let's talk confidence versus confrontation in a sense, right? Confidence is something that's internal. Confrontation or combat or rap battle, that's external. And they're not the same thing. I understand that in hip hop, battling is part of it. I'm never taking that away. That's not what this is about. But I think we've come to a point to where we're conflating issues. They're not the same thing. An artist can believe that they're great. If someone say I'm the best, who am I or you or anyone else to tell them that they aren't? That's self-belief. That's confidence. It don't necessarily have to be factual, but if that's the way they feel about themselves, that's what it is. Saying I'm the best is not some type of contract. It's just self-belief. That's internal. In hip hop, we love or we accept bravado in a sense, right? But bravado doesn't mean that, or doesn't equate to an obligation of battling, but battling is a part of the culture. And some people are going to say, well, you can't call yourself the best if you don't battle. But once again, there's a difference between confidence and confrontation. And why is all this an issue? At least for me, just listening and watching. And I'm big on albums and bodies of work. And it's dangerous for another artist or whoever to try to strip someone of their confidence. Yes, battles over there, they matter. They most definitely matter. But bodies of work and albums are a totally different lane. And we have to learn how to separate the two. Can't conflate the two. It's two separate things. Some people are great at writing battle raps or rhymes or being direct. And some people are very good at layered writing and selecting the correct production or songwriting. It's two different things. And I get it. Some people are upset with him for not battling. That's your business. But I'm going to ask you again. Have you ever really liked J. Cole as a rapper? And if you didn't, that's fine. But maybe, just maybe, it's a possibility that you were never a fan. And that battle wasn't going to change that. Classic album ain't going to change that. It's just what it is. Sometimes that's just the way things work out. But we just have to be transparent and honest with ourselves. But I will say that he does push the needle, or momentum does carry his name, because he's the talk of the town. Because it's almost as if he's a polarizing figure. It really is. And I don't know the audience that speaks about him in a negative way, or a negative connotation, where they derive from. Were they fans and now they were disappointed about the battle? Were they fans of other artists who he was supposed to battle, and now they're upset because he threw out a track and apologized? Or they were never fans? It's all so convoluted right now. We really don't know. But I will say, myself included, we have no authority to tell someone whether or not they can be confident about themselves. We can say that a track is whack. We can say that you don't like a particular direction of a track on an album, but to tell someone that they can't call themselves the best, that's internal. That's the way he feels about himself. That's just life, especially when hip hop is built off self-definition, requiring no permission, no consensus, just self-belief. Can't change the rules when they come to one individual. And we operate as if there's limited space within hip hop. Hip hop has enough space for battle rapping, instrumental albums, conceptual albums, trendy singles, boom bap, whatever it is. And all of it matters to someone, you know? But I just think that the whole J. Cole situation is a bit perplexing, or maybe he's just a polarizing figure, like I stated, because I think a lot of people never really liked him. And the lack of, or his decision making has really brought that to light. And now, you know, that just gave him a reason or something to stand on. Because if he puts out a fire album, are we still going to be talking about certain things? At what point does a fire body of work become the discussion? I think that's the overarching question, or the most important question. When does the body of work become the topic, the focus, the main idea, the objective, you know? And I believe he's an artist. To the whole thing about who's the best, and he said this and that, and he's been saying it since false prophets coming at Kanye and Wale, and we can highlight all of that. That's cool. I get that. You can say he's conflicted, or he contradicts himself. That's fine too. But at the same time, we also got to highlight the music. Has he put out fire songs that you like? Can you separate the two? Is he a good writer? Do you like the way he produces beats? Do you like the artist that came out on his label? Is there a full body of work that you enjoyed? Some nuance. There's enough space to discuss every single point. I just hear people highlighting certain things. So, for the most part, I want to know what you think of J. Cole as an artist, or have you ever been a fan? Have you ever liked his music? Should we separate the two? Can you not like a decision someone made and also enjoy their music? Or do the two things, are they merged or married together in your mind? And thirdly, are you going to support the fall off? And will you be honest? If it's fire, will you say so? If you don't like it, will you say that? Or have you totally written off the entire experience and you won't press play? Either way, this is all about discourse and discussion. And I think there's room for all of it. And someone, once again, saying they're the best is just confidence. It's not law. It's not etched in stone. He just feels that way about himself. So once again, you can achieve anything in this world through sheer hard work and patience. God is the greatest. It's your man, Ease at the Ease Experience. Go get your shit.
J. Cole. I don't look at him the same. He ain't come outside. Sometimes you tell me, Joe, you want the 100 million, this, that, you got to say the truth. I don't look at him the same. The fucking sword is dull. I don't care what he spit. Because I've been listening to him spitting. I always said he's one of the greatest. And all that is irrelevant to me when you talking all that gangster shit and they call you to the yard and you don't step outside. I can't look at you. That's like you seeing the dude who they always told you, and you know you always thought he was tough, and you see some other kingpin nigga, some smack his cheek off, and the nigga, my bad, and walk off. I'm keeping it a buck with you. That's how I look at this shit.
Music, man. The music is great.
I don't give a fuck if you lose. I never forget Everlast and Eminem. Everlast definitely knew he couldn't beat Eminem, but he came outside to the yard. He came outside. And so that's just how I look at it. Big up J. Cole, the whole crew, North Carolina and all that, but he caught stage fright. Supposed to come outside, man. He did.
He did, man.
All right.
He bowed out gracefully, but that don't never mean he wasn't. I mean, where we come from, all call outs.
What they say in the Game of Thrones, what they say, the North never forgets. Remember when the Starks come? They got the North never forgets. Yeah, you're not waiting 6 months to let the smoke clear to come back outside and talk legendary and all that. Like, it's like the North never forgets.
Into that. He just ended what he into.
All right.
The new
Coming
shit,
from you,
shit is crazy.
you go to war. Jadakiss go to war. Jadakiss go to war. The Locks go to war. I'm a J. Cole fan. I'm just telling you they don't hit me as tough. You know what I'm saying? If Fat Joe talking all that Fat Joe the gangster, there's a video of me getting my face smacked off. You ain't gonna hear Flo Joe the same. You're gonna be like, man, and that was your face smacked off in public. Was like, yo, and he said, no, I rescind it. I'm coming back. No, I didn't mean it.
Hey, yo, Ease.